in Java, there is a class loader, right? So
Mm.
can you name what all the class loaders we have, or like how it works?
Types of class loader. So, like, what I'm aware of, so like the when like we run a Java application, essentially the class loader is initiated, and then the main method is called, and then the application runs. But I'm
Okay,
not aware of the different types of class loader.
okay, no problem. So do you know the difference between JRE and JDK?
Yeah, so JRE is basically Java runtime environment, and JDK is the entire. So, so firstly, there is JVM, which has the memory management and other dependencies, and then there is uh, JVM, a JRE, sorry, and then there is JDK.
Okay. So, so you know the difference between abstract class and the interface in Java.
Yeah, yes,
So yeah, so as like we have default methods which is introduced in Java 8. So do you
mm.
think like still we have some use case, or still we have a valid reason to have a abstract class?
Yeah. So like one of the main uh, So, like, let's say, like for example, interfaces just can have abstract method, default methods, and everything. But in abstract class, we can have different sort of data members as well. Though there are limitations for multiple inheritance, since a different class can implement multiple of interfaces, but it can only extend one class. So there is one limitation. The best use case would be for defining a configuration which we want to use it multiple times. So that can be one use case for abstract classes.
Okay, so can we have a constructor in abstract class?
Constructor, yes, we can have. I'm assuming, not that I've worked on, but I'm thinking that it is quite possible. Yeah,
Okay, so Java is call by value or call by reference? What do you
call
think?
by reference.
Okay, so coming to thread, so have you worked on executors and the latest, or the folk join, or whatever we have, you know, latest executors framework? Have you worked on those completable feature like that?
Uh, I have used on Threadpool, but not a very good hands-on experience on that. I am aware of it, but then I don't have very good hands-on experience on that.
Okay, so
We have used that. Uh,
okay,
like
yeah, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead, yeah, go ahead. If you want to say something, yeah, go ahead.
So we have used the user service and created a component. I mean, a variable executor, and then created a static thread pool with the
Hmm.
different definite numbers, and then created the the methods inside that. So that we have used.
Okay, so do you know like what is the use of volatile keyword?
So yeah, so volatile. What happens basically? Let's say there are two threads are accessing one variable, and one thread is modifying the values. So volatile means as soon as there is some update in that variable, it should directly reflect. So for best example would be a singleton class. We define the instance of that singleton class as volatile.
So do you know the methods what are all there in object class?
I am aware, but then I don't
Okay, no
but
problem, no
uh,
problem. So can you
yeah,
differentiate the wait and sleep method in Java? Wait method
wait
from
and sleep.
object class, yeah. Sleep method from thread class.
Yeah, so wait is basically we can give a specific time after which the the thread should work. And sleep is if let's say idle. If it's idle, then we can set a time after which the thread should stop working.
Like what are all the collections classes you have used in your project?
So we have I have used list map mostly.
Okay, so in list, can you name few of list implementations?
Yeah, array list and yeah linked list, but we have mostly used array list.
Array list. Is it like any reason do you have like to use only array list instead of linked list?
the linked list, the best use case of linked list was insertion and deletion. But to find the exact, the value, it will be difficult. So we use array list for that.
Okay, is it thread safe?
Array list is not thread safe.
Okay, so have you worked on any multi-threaded environment, and how do you secure your list in a multi-threaded environment?
So let's say we can use synchronized, and whichever method, let's say there are two methods, right, and both methods are accessing a list, so we can keep the list inside a method which is we can define as synchronized.
What about map? What are all the maps you have used?
So I've essentially used hash map.
Okay. So do you know how the hash map works internally?
Yeah, so there Hashmark has implementation based upon linked list. So what happens basically, so there is a bucket of data that could be considered as an array of data in that, with every indexed a linked list is started. The linked list acts as a key and value pair in that.
Like, have you worked on concurrent hash map, tree map, like that?
Concurrent hash map, I'm aware of the use case, but we don't usually work on that.
Okay, no problem. Do you know what is hash collation in hash map?
Hash collision. I've heard, I'm not able to recall. Maybe it could be, I'm assuming it could be that, like, uh, the key where, the hash created for the defining, for the key could become similar or something like that.
Okay. So do you know what is fail fast and fail safe iterators?
Yeah, so that is, yeah. So what happens basically, let's say there is a list and we are using iterator and iterating over it, and when we are modifying the value, right? So it will give a concurrent modification exception. So for that only, this fail-safe iterators, a fail-safe is used. So all the uh, concurrent hash map or all these concurrent collections are fall into this fail-safe.
Okay. So have you worked on streams?
Yeah,
Can you name few streams operators?
stream operator as in the methods,
Yeah.
like filter.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there are two types of methods. So first one is like intermediate and terminal. So intermediate could be filter, sort, or map, right? And then terminal would be for each, collect, reduce. Yeah.
Okay. So do you know the difference between comparator and comparable interface?
Yeah. So basically, uh, like so one of them. Uh, So comparable essentially sorts in the natural ordering, whereas comparator we have to define the sorting or the comparing like you know uh, uh, what is it called, syntax.
Okay. So what is immutability in Java?
So immutability essentially means that if we define a variable, the value of that variable cannot be modified.
Okay. So do you know like any existing immutable classes in Java?
Yeah, string class is like the main class that is uh, immutable.
Any others? Can you name
So
any?
all the collections, not collections, wrapper classes, integer, all those things
Okay.
are immutable.
Okay. So what is functional interface?
Functional interface is in which the overall understanding is that that should have only one abstract method which could define the entire purpose of that interface. For
Okay.
example, this functions and predicates, all these are functional interfaces.
Okay. Can you name few any existing functional interface what we have in Java as of
So like two I mentioned, like functions and predicates,
okay.
and
Yeah.
uh, consumer is there.
Okay.
Consumer, yeah.
So what is deadlock?
Deadlock is essentially let's say there is a resource that is being used consumed by one thread, and that is not giving a output, but another thread is based upon that, so it will be stuck.